Join me today for this Goodwill thrifting trip and decorating haul. I'm on the hunt for anything from unique vintage finds to affordable home decor staples. And I'll be showing you how I turn my secondhand treasures into stunning home decor that elevates your space without breaking the bank. Hello and welcome everyone. If you are new here, I'm glad you found my little corner of YouTube. My name is Lisa and today we are going to go thrifting at two different Goodwill locations. I love looking for vintage home decor, but I keep an eye out for anything that is interesting and anything that is practical or that I might need to enhance my home decor. And you don't want to miss seeing everything I bought in my styled haul. I'm going to be decorating it for you and showing you how I use my thrifted treasures. I recently shared in a Thrifted home decor DIY video how you can upcycle these canvases and make new artwork out of them. So head to your local Goodwill or favorite thrift store and get you a canvas and recreate that project that I shared. I really loved this vintage framed art. It was $6.99 and I had it in my basket the entire time. You'll have to see if I purchased it or not, but the print in there was so pretty with the little girl and her puppy. You can usually find great artwork at Goodwill, and then sometimes you just find homemade framed puzzles. So you just never know when you're on a treasure hunt. I believe this is an old Hobby Lobby piece. I have one just like it hanging in my guest powder bath, except it has a black frame around it. One of those staple items that I always love to look for and search through are books. The older the better. This is something I use to decorate in and around all over my home. I love when y'all share y'all's knowledge with me and everyone here, so let me know in the comments if you see something that you know what it is or a history about it. I never want to stop learning, and you all have the best information, so I appreciate it when you share all of that with us and look forward to reading your comments down below. It seems like there's always an abundance of these glass and cut glass trays at the Goodwill where I am, and I think they're great for little trinket trays and soap dish holders, things like that. Going back to spreading your knowledge, I don't know anything about this pink glass. I don't know if it's depression glass or if it's a knockoff or a fake or something else. I would love to know. I know a lot of you like to collect it, and it is very beautiful. I thought the prices were decent on it considering this is Goodwill. How gorgeous is this vintage Lefton trinket box? It was not in the greatest shape. There was a lot of wear to the gold on it, but I thought it was very pretty. It would have originally had a matching ashtray that went with it. I feel like these got donated because they had to be polished. I use Wright's silver polish and it's as easy as washing a dish to me, but I understand not everyone feels that way. This is silver plate over copper on all of these pieces. I couldn't quite make out the stamp there on the bottom. I try not to peel the stickers back. That was previously done by somebody else. I don't know why Goodwill places the sticker over the marks though. they should avoid that. But a great silver set here if you want to add that into your collection. The process might have been a little steep, but if you are looking to add just 1 or 2 pieces to your home decor, that would not have been so bad. In one of my previous thrifting and decorating videos, I asked what y'all like to look for, and several of you said egg trays, so I had to include this just for y'all. I wanted to also mention, for those of you that are new or have maybe missed it in past videos, that I shop for personal use. So you will see me pass over a lot of treasures. It is very difficult for me sometimes, but when you are not reselling, you have to be very mindful of what you bring into your home. And as you bring stuff in, you have to be willing to let things go. So I just wanted to let y'all know that that's how I am shopping today, is for my own personal home decor collection and decorating. Where are my copper lovers? This was a cute little mold. I know these are so pretty displayed on the wall, hanging up in a grouping, or just use one as a little catch-all bowl all around your kitchen, or on a buffet or something. So many ideas for these little pieces. And you can see somebody dropped off their entire Scentsy wax warmer collection. There were so many of them in here. I obviously did not show every box. They were all priced different, but if you are ever looking for a certain Scentsy warmer, it was probably in this basket. In fact, throughout this entire video at both Goodwill locations, you're going to see the running theme of collections, as you are here with these telephone glass insulators. I know these were a popular thing to collect in the 70s and 80s. At least my parents had a collection of them anyway. And you can see these are a very pretty color. And your wait is finally over with that vintage artwork. I pushed it all through the store and then ultimately decided to leave it behind for someone else. The only thing I brought home today was that Ancient Egypt coffee table book. It was the perfect vintage book to add to my collection. I like to use these all around my home to display with my home decor. I like to stack them and use them as risers. I like to pick books with interesting covers are an interesting subject matter. I like to flip through and look through these too. So the older the better, and you will see they are the perfect little addition to my dresser top to style underneath my lamp. We are now on to the second Goodwill location for the day, and I'm excited to share with you all of the beautiful home decor I found. They had well-stocked shelves and a lot to choose from. Again, I keep my eye out for vintage home decor and dishware items. That wheat pattern gravy boat, my mom had dishes with that on it when we were growing up, so that was very nostalgic. I am a sucker for just about anything blue and white in home decor. This was an Avon piece and it would have had a little picture to it. I told y'all at the last Goodwill, there's always an overabundance of these glass dishes and trays and serving pieces. And yes, it is never too early for Christmas. So if you see it and you love it, then get it now. I love this little pedestal bowl. I have one exactly like this at home. My mother gave it to me. I think mine might have a little bit of a tint of green to it. So I need to pull that out and investigate it a little closer. Here Here is another collection that somebody donated. These are Frankoma Christmas plates. These were produced starting in 1965 and continued all the way through 1997, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that information that I found for you, but every year there was a different collector's plate, and you can see almost all of them were here. I think there were so many of them. They were all priced at $9.99. I feel like they might have come from an antique booth or somebody's secondhand booth at a craft or antique mall, because you can see that there are price tags on there from somewhere. Thrift shopping can be a total game changer for budget decorating. As many of you know, not only can you find affordable pieces, but you can also stumble upon some really unique and one-of-a-kind items. And let's not forget, it's so eco-friendly. You're giving old items a new life. The key is to have patience and a keen eye for spotting potential. Y'all often say that I find the best stuff when I am thrifting, but I promise you it's because I have spent hours browsing through Goodwill. I don't always find stuff every trip that I go, but I've learned that it's all about being patient and persistent, trusting your instincts, and buying things that you love. And when you find that perfect piece, you will know it. This is a reproduction, but how cute is this little gingerbread sign? If you do a gingerbread themed kitchen at Christmas, this would be perfect. I was excited about this oversized wall clock until I picked it up and discovered it was all plastic. On the flip side of that, this was a solid wood sconce shelf, and I thought this had a great potential. This is a great alternative to wall art, and it gives your home decor some structure and a little bit of that 3D dimension to your walls that you might otherwise not have if you're just using straight wall art. We have done all the thrifting and shopped at the 2 Goodwills today. Let's head on back to my house where I can show you what I bought and how I am decorating it in this styled haul. All of that recording, and I missed getting clips of this Time America history book. This was previously a library book, so it has that really nice dust jacket. When I removed that, it left sticky residue despite using a hairdryer to try and get it off. We're not going to worry about that. It was a good deal at $4.99. Another thing I didn't get clips of in store was this ashtray. I think I found it online as a candy dish, but it has divots like it is an ashtray. This is a corner in my living room, and this is actually a dog kennel for Raider. This lamp, y'all haven't seen in a long time. I pulled it from my bedroom and put it in here. And then I have my favorite vintage framed canvases. The frames are vintage, and then I ordered the canvases off of Amazon. And because these are so neutral, they're going to be perfect for the backdrop of my Thrifted and Ross Found decor. I cannot wait to show you all of that and style this little vignette for you. I told you I picked up a few things from Ross. This vase was one of them. I happened to go in there for some monk fruit sweetener and came out with a vase. When I was in there, I also found these floral stems. They were $7.99 for the whole bundle, and that beats any price that you can usually find. They are a little wobbly in the vase, so I'm just going to use some paper towels. They're white and they'll match the inside of the vase. I just loosely wrapped that around there, and then that keeps them from wobbling in the vase. Obviously, you could also use a floral frog or floral foam, but this works easy and you don't have to buy anything extra. I am a maximalist and I love to layer my decor. I shared this thrifted plate in my vintage decor thrift haul recently. I'm using a plate stand I already have to put that in the back of my vignette. Then I'm going to use that new thrifted book. I am still on the hunt for a couple of more books to stack on this. When I find those, it will cover up those scar marks from the tape. I'm layering a blue willow saucer that I previously thrifted underneath that newly thrifted $1.99 mid-century modern ashtray. These Staffordshire dogs came from Ross back in February. I'm telling you, Ross is almost as good as the Goodwill thrift store. A cozy little vignette with a lot of color, and it was very affordable, did not cost a lot, but I think if you didn't know where I purchased my items, you would think it was high end. Vintage restaurant dinnerware is so good. It just has that nostalgic feel about it. I picked up this little dish and am adding it to my collection. These are pieces that I not only collect, but will absolutely use. Y'all had to know that I was going to rescue this blue and white Avon saucer regardless of the fact that it was missing the matching pitcher. It's a great piece that I can have in my collection, rotate in and out. Not only is this a great layering dish, it would work perfect under a live plant as a saucer to catch that water runoff. So many uses for these little odds and end pieces that you pick up at the thrift store. A solid wood half shelf for only $6.99 at Goodwill. Yes, please. This came home with me and I can't wait to transform a little bit of wall space I have between my dining room and my husband's home office. I currently just have two very plain and somewhat boring pictures here. I have meticulously leveled and marked off where the hanger should be, screwed in my holes, and then hang the shelf. This is going to give some dimension and character to the wall that it previously lacked. I want to carefully select my decor for the shelf because I don't want it to be anything that can fall and break and hurt anybody. I'm starting by hanging this picture just slightly above the shelf, and of course it was previously thrifted. To soften all the harsh lines and angles, I'm going to add this faux greenery. And because the shelf is built with a slight slant forward, I want to use this Scotch mounting putty to secure my brass tray in place just so that it doesn't accidentally slide off as people are walking by. This is not a high traffic area, but I definitely want to be very cautious. You just knead it and get it soft, place a little bit under the bottom of your item and it'll stick down. It says it's not supposed to ruin any of the surfaces, and hopefully that is true. I have a very small pillar candle that I'm adding to that tray. This is simple but very affordable decor, a mix of Goodwill thrifted items with previously owned and loved home decor. Incorporating thrift finds into your home decor can totally transform your space, and you can do it all on a budget. It's about being creative, having fun, and seeing potential in those unexpected places. If you've got a favorite thrift find or a budget decorating tip, I would love to hear about it. Leave me a comment below and let's chat. I invite you to hit that subscribe bar if you haven't already, and I always appreciate that thumbs up. If you're looking for more decorating inspiration and thrifting fun, be sure to check out my other videos for more budget-friendly thrifting and decorating ideas. I will see you again soon and hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.